Let's get to London now. Emotions still high following last night's vigil for a Muslim family killed in what police call a targeted attack. City News continuing the coverage right now with Adrian Ghobrial. Adrian, you were at the vigil last night along with thousands of other people. No doubt the emotions very, very raw. You are learning more information when it comes to the victims, the suspect, and the what's next.
Yeah, that's right, Mel. It was an emotional scene, as you touched on last night. Thousands here lined Oxford Street West in London, Ontario, and we are learning more about the victims. We are learning more about the suspect. I wanted to show you the bouquets. I know you've seen the memorial, many of you have seen the memorial at the scene of Sunday's horrific incident. We'll now look at the dozens of bouquets that line the front steps of the London Muslim Mosque. Some notes reading, "Love to London's Muslim community, love for all, hate for none." And sadly, these bouquets are here because a family was killed. 4 members of a family was killed. A young 9-year-old has lost his sister, has lost his grandmother, lost his parents. And I want to show you their photo. Initially the family had asked that we not show the photo, we not share the names, though we have been given their blessing to now release the names along with this photo. Salman Afzal was 46 years old. He was a father and a husband. He was a physiotherapist in London. Madiha Salman, his 44-year-old wife, was a PhD candidate. She's described as just a wonderful, wonderful woman. Their daughter, Yumna Afzal, just 15 years old, an exemplary student, a beloved member of the community here in London by her friends right across the city. And her 74-year-old grandmother, Talat Afzal, 74 years old. She loved to go on walks, and that's exactly what the family was doing. And just their 9-year-old son and grandson, Fayez Afzal, he's been seriously injured. He remains in hospital. There's lots of questions tonight about the suspect, rather this morning and today and over the last few days. There's been lots of questions about the suspect. There's been lots of questions about the arrest. He was arrested just 1 block from here. If you know London, he was arrested at Cherry Hill Mall. It's about 10 minutes as well from the scene of the crime and another 10 minutes to his apartment. I visited his apartment yesterday. It's in downtown London, right across from the market, right near the Budweiser Gardens where the London Knights play. Police have his apartment sealed off. We spoke with some neighbors who say that he was quiet, that he lived on the 2nd floor by himself. They called him and described him as a bit of a loner who liked to play video games with the volume cranked up late into the evening. We know that he also worked at an egg farm in nearby Strathroy. He has family ties to Strathroy. That's a community about 30 minutes outside of London, Ontario. Now again, last night, the vigil just hours ago, thousands of people lined Oxford Street following the horrific incident on Sunday. And we heard from political leaders of all stripes. We heard from Justin Trudeau, Doug Ford, Jagmeet Singh, just to name a few. Here's what they had to say at the vigil.
Islamophobia is real. Racism is real.
This tragedy, this brutal act of terrorism will never, ever be forgotten.
We will not cower in fear. We will wear our turbans, our hijabs with pride, because we are proud of who we are.
Many I spoke with at the vigil last night said they appreciated the turnout of each political leader, though, as the cliche goes, it is very true. They say words are important, but now they want to see action. They want to see action for the lives that were stolen from this community. Now, just a short distance away at Oak Ridge Secondary School, that's where Yumna Afzal was attending. I spoke with the principal. He had mentioned that she was a straight-A student. She was beloved in her short time that she had been attending the school. The grief here in this community remains. A lot of questions about what comes next steps when it comes to healing, and when it comes to meaningful action from coast to coast. We're going to discuss that more this morning, Melanie, right here on Breakfast Television.
All right, that is Adrian Ghobrial reporting live in London. Thank you for that. And we're going to check in with Adrian coming up in the next hour for more, as he mentioned there. Okay.